add my own comments. I've been through this many times, but there may be some points should be brought out. Number one, we have an incompetent city administrator. Why are you always referring everything to the mayor? What does city administrator have to say about this? Number two, I suggest we should ask the city mayor and the city administrator to come here and answer all your questions. Personally, I have a very long history at CCMC. It goes back 30 years. And let me tell you, CCMC is the most corrupt, incompetent department I have ever had in my 30 years of City Hall. They don't care. There was a time when Mayor Rama wanted to demolish the building and build a new City Hall. And let me tell you, if I had my way, I would not have demolished the old building. I would have removed only the top floor to strengthen its integrity and save the billions of pesos you have spent on CCMC and put it all in chump because people could not even get medical services during the time of the pandemic. And this is to inform you that up to this day, there is no program of works on CCMC. So what is the mayor going to tell you? What the city administrator going to tell you? There's so many contractors have come in between already. And I would like to share also my personal experience that when you say you want to hire a consultant, an expert consultant, it's asking for magic. First of all, how can the consultant work on anything when there's no program of works? He has to do an evaluation of everything, not only the structure, but also the management and organization of the hospital. Is there a magic person do that? Selecting the consultant, the real challenge will be making the terms of references on how you are going to choose the consultant. Who's going to prepare that? The mayor? I personally don't think he's capable of making that kind of a... You need another consultant just to prepare the terms of references because you're not simply repairing a building. You're rebuilding an institution that has completely collapsed. Finally, I'd just like to address a common perception, promises that have been made to the people of Cebu that CCMC will be the best hospital, period. I would like to point out, if you're going to do that, Chongwa will close. Cebu doctors will close. All the hospitals will close. If CCMC is the best hospital in Cebu, why will you go to Chongwa? Go to CCMC. It's free. Why will you go to Perpetual? Why will you go to any of the other hospitals? Let's ask ourselves that question. You want to be the best, we better have $1 billion to be able to supply the health care for all the Cebuanos if we have the best hospital. Right now, I don't think we even have an inventory of all of the equipment that CCMC has purchased. And this is one of the things that a consultant will have to be appraised. But the hardest thing of all is to appraise the values of the people inside CCMC. I can cite so many instances, so just give me a few minutes and let me explain to you. When I left the Cebu city government, the city of Halimar set aside a grant of 10 million pesos for CCMC. Where did they put the money? Air condition. Air condition the auditorium. That shows you their priorities. And I would also like to tell you my very first experience when I went to CCMC. I was appalled that we have a hospital that did not even have an ambulance. So I talked to the Cebuanos from San Jose, California, and they chipped in money to buy an ambulance for CCMC. Nice ambulance, it was delivered. And you know what happened? I don't know. But there was a time somebody came to me and said, Mayor, I, I need to get an ambulance because my mother's in Talisa and she cannot ride a car. Can you have an ambulance? I said, yeah. See, so I sent a note. You go to CCMC, the note simply said, release an ambulance to pick up a patient in Talisay. The guy came back, and you know what they told me? They don't like. They what? They don't like. They don't like to pick up the patient. So I went to CCMC and I asked them, I said, what's going on here? That ambulance never picked up a single patient in the 2 years it was there. It's only used by the top medical staff kay nindot ang aircon. So very clear, this is what we're dealing with. And this is something that, if this is the kind of values that's ingrained in that organization, I was really once in favor of saying, why don't we shut down CCMC and just put all of our money in CHAMP and refer all of these patients in CHAMP, and I think we would be, our people will be better treated. So, again, let me reiterate my suggestion. Why don't you ask the mayor and the city administrator to come here before you so you can ask him all of those questions. No? This way you can have a better sense of direction instead of coming up with a magic formula of hiring an expert. We don't even know who that expert would be. Anyway, there is a motion.
Yes,
It's
Mr.
been
Chairman.
duly seconded. Are there any objections? There being none, motion's carried.
Thank you,
Roll the
Mr.
motion,
Chairman.
Mr. Chairman.
Thank you.